I'm a recruiter and I review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a software engineer intern. What we need for a software engineer intern that almost every single one messes up on is the following. Degree, they usually put that. They don't usually mess up on that one. A basic knowledge of the tech stack, so language, library, SQL Cloud, RESTful APIs, the ability to work well with others, and you take direction and criticism. If you do not show the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism as a intern for a bachelor's and possibly master's, you will get rejected. And if you noticed, I said a basic knowledge of the tech stack, not an advanced hyperscaling flip-flop ratio or whatever. I need the basics, and that's what every single intern messes up on. And I've gotten plenty of software engineers internships, so many. So I want to let everybody know before I continue, I do more than tech, but right now the tech market is garbage, so most of the resumes sent to me are tech, and I am a US based recruiter, but I have gotten people jobs in Canada, Mexico, the UK, the EU, India, Africa, and I think Singapore. The only place my knowledge apparently doesn't work is the Netherlands, but everywhere else it does. So, what we're looking for is those things, and I need to find all of those for an intern. Normally, I need to find 75%, but considering an intern only needs 4 things, I need to find all of those. And I need to find those within 20 seconds because that is the amount of time that recruiters have to look at resumes. So 20 seconds is on the clock. Can I find this? The answer is no. This is a bad resume. They say they've been applying for internships for over 5 months and over 200 applications. And this is their old resume format. No, the answer is I'm probably not going to find it in 20 seconds because they have over 150 applications to one interview, which is how you can tell how good or bad your resume is. Your resume should get 1 interview per 50 applications at a minimum. If people follow my method, they usually get a 1 in 7 interview ratio. So for every 7 applications they send, they get 1 interview, unless they are looking for entirely remote roles or internationals, and then it's closer to 1 in 40 to 1 in 100 for internationals. So the fact that they have applied to over 150 and gotten nothing is a bad resume. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I can and cannot find. And go. Okay, this formatting is awful. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Okay. Engineered a prototype Python good based automated insulin. That doesn't matter. For smart microprocessors, dosage by 15. This doesn't matter. Designed it. This doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And time. Yeah, you filled your resume with stuff that does not matter. So there is a reason I was saying, hey, Lee, you're looking for this. Why does the technical skill section count? And it's like, no, it doesn't. Technical skill sections don't count. The reason is what recruiters are looking for are qualifications and not keywords. And what a keyword is one of these. Like this is a keyword, which is what the hiring team needs. But we're not looking for that. We're looking for qualifications. And qualifications are what you did, which is a keyword, how you did it, and the reason and result of you doing it, and where you did it. If it's not those 4 things, how, what, where, reason, result, it is not a qualification. And we are looking for qualifications, not keywords. Thus, skill sections do not matter. Also, please use this formatting. This is my formatting that I have on my website. This is how you do it. I'm going to pull it up real quick. This is what your resume should look like. Please make it look like this. The link is in the description below. This is how you do it. This gets people jobs, this type of resume format, all right? But also the bullet points. The bullet points matter too. Formatting is like 30% of your grade. So then relevant coursework is never relevant. It does not belong in a resume. The one exception is if you're doing PhD level. Sometimes you want some PhD level stuff on your coursework on your resume because those are a little bit different, but otherwise it doesn't count. So already we've saved a lot of space. And again, stop with this line. Why does everybody want to put this line here? It makes it harder to read. So then we go down here and engineered a prototype Python-based automated insulin delivery. Good. That's the what, right? You tell me a little bit about it. That's good. Algorithm for smart injectors. Okay, good. Tells me what it is. And then nothing else here matters. None of that is what I'm looking for. And then this, again, nothing matters. Where is the actual tech? Where is the let's see, what are your Python? So where's the Docker? Where's the RESTful APIs? Where's the SQL? Where's the library, the cloud? You may not have cloud. Not every intern has cloud. Where's that stuff? I don't know. I don't see it. Where's the ability to work well with others? I don't know. I don't see it. Where's the takes direction and criticism? I don't know. I don't see it. And if it's not those, it does not belong in your resume. You can never, ever, ever put stuff that's not needed in your resume. That stuff is hot dogs and not hamburgers. And what that is I want you to imagine that you're hungry and you go to a restaurant and you say, I want a cheeseburger with pickles and onions. And they say, cheeseburger, pickles, onions. You say, yep. They say, okay, we're going to get you a cheeseburger, pickles, onions. So you go there, you wait, they bring you back, and they bring you a hot dog with cheese, pickles, and onions. And you say, excuse me, I ordered a cheeseburger with pickles and onions. This is a hot dog. And they say, well, no, this is what you wanted because a hot dog has hamburgers. A hot dog has meat, just like a hamburger. A hot dog has pickles, onions, and cheese, just like a hot dog can. And a hot dog has buns, just like a hamburger. So thus, what you wanted was this. And you say, no, it's not, and you're going to leave and you're not paying. And that's the same thing that happens, is you cannot give me what is tangentially related to this. That is a hot dog. You need to give me stuff that is this. You need to explicitly say what it is. So I don't see that at all in the first one. The only thing I see is Python, and that is not enough to move forward. And then we go down to here, and again, some of these are the correct keywords, but remember, you don't tell me how you did it or the reason and result of doing it, so it doesn't count. So this does not count. And then developed a full stack Pokemon catalog for 100 expansions. Why does it care the number? And 15k cards, again, doesn't matter. Nothing matters here. Next.js does, but the rest of this doesn't matter. Implemented OAuth, again, none of this matters. Here's PostgreSQL, which does matters, and this doesn't matter. So if you notice, the reason you are struggling is because you do not have a single thing besides Python and maybe Next.js that they are actually looking for in an intern. You do not show me that you have a basic knowledge of the tech stack because you do not show me how and the reason and result. You do not show me that you can work together with others, nor take direction and criticism. And if you notice at the very bottom, there's a leadership, but guess what? I'm not asking you to lead. No one hires an intern to lead them. They hire, well, some finance ones do, but no one hires a software engineer intern to lead them. They hire them to follow instructions and take direction and criticism. And the reason we have that is software engineers can be a very, very prickly bunch sometimes. And if you tell them their code is bad, they may flip out. And the reason is you don't want to hire an intern who say, hey, Bob, your code is kind of mid, you need to change it. And they'll go, no, it's not, and they start fighting you. That's not what you want in an intern. That is a bad hire. So that is why I need to see how you worked well together with others, how you took direction and criticism, and a basic knowledge of the tech stack. So I would personally delete this entire resume and start again because there's almost nothing in here that I can actually use. So make it look like this. Have bullet points to show you can take direction and criticism, work well with others, and a basic, and I mean basic knowledge of the tech stack and how you did it and the reason and result of you doing it. So that is it for this resume. Before we go on to the next one, I just want to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really does help me out. And if you ever want more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on both YouTube and Twitch on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And to my members who get access to videos a little bit early, I just want to say thank you very much for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And if anybody wanted to be a member, they can join in the link below. But let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a product manager. So what we need for a product manager is degree, industry, and this is going to be a big one, like what industry are you in? Is it B2B? Is it SaaS, etc.? I need to see that you have influenced people at all levels of the company, and you can't just say influence. I need to see the results of that influence, and that includes from the janitor to the CEO. I need to see that you analyze user data and extract business requirements from stakeholders and transform them into product requirements, that you can change the company through data-driven decisions. Now, when I say change the company, I don't necessarily mean like the entire direction of a billion-dollar conglomerate. I'm saying like a single part of the company that you change direction. So it could be very small, it could be very big. So don't panic, because I know you are a new grad for this. Agile, Scrum, cross-functional, 0 to 1, how you move teams faster and proactively solve problems. And then again, how you succeeded and the result of that success that is not a brag, and then some, but not necessarily all, of the tools in that last line. So this person has a 1 in 75, so I'm expecting this to be bad, but not unsalvageable as a resume. So there should still be some stuff that is good here, but not quite enough to get a 1 in 50. So 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's find out. And go. Oh, this is a mess of formatting. All right, this doesn't matter. That doesn't necessarily matter. Wait, what? Or wait, no, because you didn't graduate. What? Organize and develop community Mosque app from scratch to be utilized by 700 members. Your tech budget. I actually like that part. Self-taught Flutter to build. Collaborate with the amount of board members to develop marketing UI to map and mapping community. See, this is good. Okay. You kind of got into your own way. Like, this resume reads to me as like that meme of a person on a bicycle that it like shoves a stick in their own bicycle and falls on their face. Is you actually have some very good bullet points here, but you ruined it by trying to brag. So, like, collaborated is a bad word. Also, formatting is atrocious. Please use this. You're going to need to remake all of this because this formatting is so difficult to read. So the first thing is also, I don't know if they're going to give you a full-time role until you graduate, but this like most of the time you need to apply within 3 months of being able to start. Considering this is the end of April, 3 months from now would be my brain stopped working, July. So I think you're still a little too early to be applying for these roles. If you're going for intern, then you need what the previous person needed, except replace the basic knowledge with some of this stuff. But, like, organize and develop a community Mosque app from scratch. Why does it matter that it's from scratch? To be utilized by 700 members, that doesn't really matter. But with zero tech budget, low tech resources, and non-technical staff does help, because that means you can at least show them, and that is a bit of the budget. So, like, that part is bad. This part is not. This part is actually good. And then we go down here, self-taught Flutter and Firebase to design ship applications. This has nothing that I need. I don't care that you self-taught. I care that you've used them. Never say I learned X. Just say I did X, all right? Collaborate. What do you mean collaborate? Did you go to the Amon and say, hey, and then leave? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And the board members, I need you to be very specific about what you did, and collaborate is not specific. But worked with the Amon and board members, developed marketing, UI design, and mapping, community needs-based charity donations, event posting, and prayer times is actually something I would want. I need more, because remember, you need about 3 keywords per bullet point, but overall, that's actually not bad. I just need more, right? And that counts as stakeholders. Joined a team during severe low staffing. Why does that matter? And still shipped 15K. Again, I don't care about your brags. With viewers from none of this matters. Dug into. What do you mean dug into? Did you take a shovel? Power BI database and data and surfaced usability flags. Like, this isn't bad, which is, flagged issues, then like, if you literally just said flagged issues using Power BI, then drove fixes to increase our client satisfaction and save us in money, that would be fine. But you every time you try to brag, you make this resume worse. Like, you do not brag on the resume. You brag in the interview. The interview is where you show how good you are. The resume, nobody cares. So, what do you mean spotted? 15-minute manual workflow. It proposed and built a cloud refresh. Again, this is mid. You just need to describe it better. So again, this is why you're actually getting some interviews, is some of these things that I've highlighted in green are fantastic, but the ones I've highlighted in red are bad, and I have to dig through so many hot dogs to get to the hamburger meat that I need. And that is the problem, is I need you to break it down into the basics, right? You're trying to go too crazy with this. People hire based on the basics, and the basics are this, and I need more of these and less of the stuff in red. and fix your formatting, bro. It's awful. So next, resume. This is a full stack software engineer. So what we need for a full stack software engineer, which is I think the most common software engineer resume I get, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, degree. I forgot to mention degree. And I want to say if you do not have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS in your first bullet point, you're probably not going to get moved forward. Is it basic? Yes. Does everybody have it? Kind of. But you need it. The basics get people jobs. So many people think that this advanced tech and everything else gets people jobs. Like people are like, oh, clearly they're a quant bro. I've actually looked at the requirements for quant devs. They're basically just Python devs. It's like with a little bit of pandas and there's one other one that I'm missing. Panda. It's another pandas and not PyTorch, one of the other ones. Like that's it. It's just a Python dev. You want to be a quant dev, you want to make all that stuff. It's really basic. All of this stuff is the basics. So I need the basics, and that includes for full stack, which is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React or React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL, NoSQL, RESTful API, REST API, any of the clouds, CI/CD, Git, .NET, Python, or Java. And again, sometimes you can replace TypeScript with .NET, Python, or Java, but ideally you'd want both. And then bonus points for all that other good stuff right there. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see if we can find anything. What is this person's ratio? I'm an international student and applied with my previous resume to 600 jobs and got 2 interviews, but this is a new one and I haven't applied to any. So the previous one is a 300 to 1, which is bad. Remember, an international should be getting a minimum of 100 to 1, which is still a lot, but like international students is real tough to get a job. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I cannot find. So let's figure it out, because I'm not going to be able to find a ton if it's 1 in 100. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Okay. Education. Good. I do need this. Sorry. Let me redo it. You were doing it right. Recruiter was wrong. We're redoing it. That was actually correct. You did it right. And go. Okay. This doesn't really matter unless you don't have it otherwise. Teaching supported students of this formatting is bad. This doesn't matter. Architected a full stack platform for a neurodivergent minds using Next.js, React, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS with Node, RESTful endpoint. Too many keywords. Actually, too many keywords. Led a team of 5 developers and time. So first off, your formatting is bad. This is not this. This is not this. This. So Peter Parker of Gotham, which that would be a crazy crossover. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man could take on almost every single one of Batman's villains. Would the Joker trigger his spider sense, actually? Probably. Anyway, so yeah, this is the formatting you want to use. This is not. Okay, like this is really, really difficult to read. So I don't care about this teaching experience because it doesn't mention anything up here. So this can be safely deleted. The second is, let's say this, right? So this can be safely deleted. Keep the experience section. Then we go down to here, and it's architected a full stack productivity platform for neurodivergent minds. See, this is not terrible, but I'd rather you say architected a full stack platform using TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and then 2 others for neurodivergent minds, helping users manage daily tasks through AI. So remember, the neurodivergent minds is good context, but it should be after the keywords. And remember, you want a minimum of 3 keywords and a maximum of 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is way too many. You need to break this apart into the other ones. Led a team of 5 developers in an agile sprints. Okay. See, this is actually a good number. Like, this tells me the size of the team. This is one of the few things you want is for leadership. Leadership wants numbers like this. So this is actually good. Optimizing infrastructure. Using PostgreSQL and Redis. I don't really care about Redis. AWS I do with CI/CD pipelines and Git control to handle 500K. Here, I'd rather you just do this. So again, this sentence is kind of chaotic. I'm not against leading 5 devs in agile sprints using PostgreSQL and AWS and CI/CD and Git to build infrastructure. Remember, the keywords need to be in the first half of the sentence. You cannot have them in the second. So it's not a bad sentence. It's just the order of it is. Built a 0 to 1 multi-agent AI orchestrator using OpenAI. Good. Vectors. I don't really care that much about auth 2. Everybody puts auth 2. I don't really care that much about it. Tool to context. So again, this only really has 1 to 2. I need another keyword or 3. So you need to break apart some of these and make it a little, like, put some of the stuff from here into this one, right? Put some of the stuff from here into this one. We need to make it easier to read. Right now, this has 9. This has 3, 4, 5, almost 6. And then this has 2, and most of those 2 are nice to have, so we need to break them up a bit. Software engineer, again, most of this is not related because we're not looking for Android, so that is the problem you have with this resume is your formatting is bad. You try to fit everything into one page when you have a lot of stuff here. You cannot condense it this much. Ooh, lost my voice. Or you're gonna have problems, and you're already. But this is actually why you're getting a 1 in 300 and not a 1 in 1,000, which some people do, is you do have the stuff, you just wrote it incorrectly. So rewrite some of these sentences, switch around some of the keywords a bit, make it easier to read. And honestly, I think you'll probably get maybe a 1 in 100 just by doing that alone. So let's go to the next resume. This is a software engineer resume, and this is an abomination. This gets 0 interviews. This person has only gotten AI interviews, which don't really count because I think they send those out to like anybody a lot of the time. So this is getting 0 interviews. So this is a bad resume. So let me break down why it's bad, although I think a lot of people can probably see just by reading it. So what we need for a software engineer Python developer is Python, any SQL. It's really weird that SQL is one of those things where as long as you have any SQL, you're fine. So any SQL, Docker, Cloud, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, and then this is where it breaks down into either AI, so ML, agentic, and its tools, so like LangGraph or multi-agent systems, or full stack, so TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And then nice to have is Fast API, Flask, or Django, and rare is all that other stuff. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I can find. This person also left me a note that said, in my country, the jobs in the field are very low right now. So there's not a lot of opportunities. So if there's not a lot of jobs in your area, you should be getting way more than 1 in 50. Like for the US, it's 1 in 50 as a bare minimum because there are, despite the fact that we are in a recession, there are job opportunities available. But like if you're in a country where there's only like 20 jobs available to this a month, then a 1 in 50 is not a good ratio. So this is a terrible resume. Let me show you why it's terrible. 20 seconds on the clock and go. Okay. None of this matters. Your education. Oh, this is so hard to read. Okay. You got your education. Good. This doesn't matter. Okay, your phone number is there. All right, and what? Okay, managing a massive vault of unrestricted time. There we go, time. Didn't even get to your bullet points. So formatting this needs to be deleted and burned. I didn't even get to your bullet points because the formatting was so bad. So remember, I don't even want to highlight all the stuff that's wrong with formatting because you just need to delete this and start again. This is easy to read. This is a nightmare. You almost, and I'm not trying to be mean here, it almost feels like you tried to make a resume as unreadable as you could. So don't do this. Please do this. Don't have a technical overview. You don't need the about me because unless you're relocating. You do not need the extra courses. Keep a single column. Fix everything else about the formatting. And then let's go down to the actual bullet points because I didn't even get a chance to look at them. Your formatting was so bad. So managing a massive vault of unstructured markdown notes makes retrieving specific difficult as the vault grows. What? To solve this, I architected a custom retrieval augmented generation RAG, which is a nice to have. I'm counting that under nice to have. Backend microservices using fast API to ingest notes to use a data pipeline from scratch. Yeah, there's nothing here that I need. Where's Python? Do you even have Python? You said you're a Python dev, right? Did I miss that? No, yeah, you said Python. So Python, like, where do you even say Python? There. Cool. You don't say it until all the way down here. This is the only time that Python would actually count in your resume. This is actually very difficult for me to review because everything is wrong with this. And I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like, there's nothing in the bullet points. Your bullet points tell me absolutely nothing. There is nothing in here that I actually need except for the word LLM and maybe RAG. There's nothing in this except API. But again, I'm looking for RESTful API. I can't use the technology because, again, it doesn't tell me how you did it, the recent result. There's nothing here that matters, nothing here until Python already down here. Like, where's the SQL? Where's the Docker? Where's the cloud? Where's the RESTful APIs or the REST APIs? Where's the Git, the CI/CD? Where's the AI or the full stack? You kind of have AI, but not really. Where's the nice to have? Where's the rare? And I know people are going to be like, well, hold on. This is a quant. I've looked at quant dev roles. Y'all are wrong in the comments. You know what quant dev wants? They want a basic Python developer with pandas and a NumPy. That's it. That's the only difference, is they want pandas and NumPy for quant devs. Everybody's telling me about quant. Like, that's what they want. They want the basics. So this resume needs to be completely deleted and you need to start again. Because they're not just the formatting, which is atrocious. There is nothing in any of the bullet points that would lead me to believe that you have any of the minimum qualifications I need to move you forward. Because remember, if it's not here, it doesn't matter. And this entire resume doesn't matter. This is how it needs to read next resume. This is a full stack software engineer. They said senior, but really the difference between a senior and a junior is just years of experience. Some senior roles require some leadership, in which case you want to see a little bit of leadership bullet points, but the problem is not all senior roles require leadership, so I'm judging this as if it was just a normal full stack. I just need to see more. So we already know what we're looking for. This person's ratio is awful. It's 150 plus. So we know it's bad. This is what they have, what we need. We already went over it, so I don't need to go over it again. Let's see what they wrote. I live in Tbilisi. I quit my 3-year front-end job because I was not studying anything new. Fair. I want to land a full-stack job or move to back-end because you don't like front-end. I did full-stack work at the beginning and some Upwork where I generated money. Again, generating money is not really something a lot of software engineer managers care about. At least in the U.S., I have to judge this as if this was in the U.S. I did some back-end and database work. All of my jobs are in Tbilisi. And I can learn any new. It doesn't matter if you can learn it. It matters that you've learned it. I was already lucky to find you on YouTube, and good luck on your content creation work. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let me destroy your resume for you. So 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay. Led development and launch of a recruiter candidate matching platform using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript in an agile environment. Actually, that's a good amount of numbers. Improved mobile job listing performance by 65%. Bad numbers as measured by that bad number. Okay, this doesn't matter. I care about React, but the rest of this I don't care about. Developed an HR analytic dashboard. Nothing there matters. Drove 1,000 downloads. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. And time. So you actually started off relatively strong. Sort of. Although I will say, remember, your stack needs to be in the first half of the bullet point, not the second half. So your stack, you should say, built a recruiter candidate matching platform. And see, I would just say built using, or let's see, what was this? Like, say, built a matching platform. There we go. Using TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, all in parentheses. in an agile environment for a recruiter candidate, whatever, that had an average of 100K monthly active users. See, the 100K active users is a good metric. Most startups and a lot of other companies, mainly startups, they like to see the number of users. So this is a good number that you can keep. You just remember the order of this is off. But then we start having problems with every single other bullet point, which is improved mobile job listing performance by 60%. That means nothing. As measured by core web vitals means nothing. React memorization, nope. Query, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Strategies in Next.js, this doesn't matter. So again, you only have I was a little too overzealous. The only matters here is Next.js and React. And that is not a sentence, if you notice. I deleted too many things because it's not a good sentence. Then developed an HR analytics using this. There's nothing in here that I actually care about. Remember, if it's not here, it doesn't matter. And maybe in Georgia, there's some slightly different keywords. That's entirely possible. But most of the time, they're still relatively the same. So I'm imagining there's one or two that I don't have up here. But where's the rest of it? Like SQL. Drove 100 downloads by utilizing SEO. Again, I don't care about that. None of this matters. So you have one sentence that is almost fantastic. It's like a 6 out of 10 sentence. And then the rest of this is completely irrelevant. And then delivered pixel authentication over web and React. Again, I don't really care about this. Migrating into that. So again, this doesn't really matter. I only have React. Then enabled 1,000. I don't care about this number. And then this doesn't matter. And then this doesn't matter. And then I don't know what JW2 is. I'm sure it's JavaScript something, but it's not what I'm looking for, so it doesn't count. RESTful APIs and Swagger, and then that doesn't count. So, and then full stack for Danny's developed a multi-vendor SaaS RESTful API using JavaScript. The great TypeScript. No, remember, comma, not slash. And Node.js, Nest.js core using a layered architecture. This is fantastic. This is your best bullet point I think you have. I want you to write everything like this. I have no notes for this. This is fantastic. So this is why you're struggling to get interviews, is most of these bullet points are bad. You start off with an okay one, 6 out of 10, right? 6 out of 10. And then the rest of it is garbage. And then till you already go down to here for whatever Danny's is, which is a fantastic bullet point. In fact, same with this one. This is relatively good as well. There's some extra stuff that I don't need. But, like, why did you stop writing your bullet points like this? Because this is how I want you to write all of them. I actually don't know if I have any notes on this one. Developed a multi-vendor SaaS, tells me what it is, tells me the industry. RESTful API, perfect. Using TypeScript, JavaScript. Again, you want parentheses. Node.js, Nest.js core using a layered architecture, designing SQL schemas in AWS. Yeah, this is perfect. My only real note, and this is so minor that it's probably not even going to matter, is, again, you want comma instead of dash. But otherwise, this is fantastic. I wish if you wrote everything like you wrote this, you would not need to you wouldn't need to see my channel. You would just get interviews left and right. So write the rest of it like here. This is a fantastic bullet point, 10 out of 10. I guess 9.5 out of 10 because of the slash, but still fantastic bullet point. But you need to write the rest of it like this, because you started writing, like, I don't know why you switched up your writing style, because this stuff is garbage, but this is fantastic. So that's all I can do for this resume. I just want to thank you all for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And to my members who get access to videos a little bit early, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I also really appreciate it. I don't have to say it. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. If anybody wanted to join, they can join in the link below. But thank you for supporting me to my members. And if anybody needs more help, they can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on both Twitch and YouTube. And Twitch is twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And that is it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. And I will see you in the next one to help you get ahead of your job search.